I'm Dr. Michelle Bell, veterinarian at Central Veterinary Clinic in Lower Estate in St. George. I've been a veterinarian for 16 years. It's a busy practice and we see mostly dogs and cats, but we can also see a few exotic animals and farm animals occasionally as well. Today we're just going to talk about pet care, just general things that you should do as a pet owner. Basic requirements of a pet as a living being. Food every day, not every other day or every 2 days. Fresh, clean water. Exercise. So, whether you feed your dog or cat once a day or twice a day or 3 times, it depends on the situation, your schedule, but you want to feed regularly every day and provide unlimited amounts of fresh, clean water. It's not humane to tie dogs or cats on a short leash so that they don't get exercise. If they have to be tied for some part of the day, they should be allowed some free time, either to walk on a leash or to be allowed to walk freely or run freely to have exercise at least once a day. Twice would be preferable. So if you can't have your pet, your dog, freely because you don't have a properly fenced yard, then you should at least allow them some time for exercise every day, because if not, they will become frustrated, you can have strange behaviors developing, and it's just inhumane to not allow them to have any exercise. So this thing of having a dog in a kennel locked up where it can barely just move around, that's not being a good pet owner. In terms of diet, for dogs you don't want to feed a lot of cooked bones because they can splinter and get stuck, or they can cause constipation. If you are going to feed bones, they should be small, and it's better for them to be raw where they still have moisture. You can feed commercial pet food, which would be dry food in the form of chow or canned food. You can cook for your pet. If you have any questions about the details of cooking for your pet, you can always ask your vet for some guidelines, or you can check the internet with other people. You want to make sure that your pets are free of ectoparasites, so ticks and fleas. So you can ask your vet about what you can do to prevent. It's better to prevent ticks and fleas as opposed to wait until they're covered, and then you have to be trying to treat and using a lot of insecticides and stuff like that. You want to bathe your dog when they're dirty. You don't have to necessarily do it often, but spend some time with the dog. Check between the toes, check the ears, check them daily if you can, or at least several times a week. I know everybody's busy, but you can find some time to just check and make sure there's nothing strange going on, so that when you take it to the vet, it's not something that's detrimental, that's been going on for a long time and you didn't notice. It's also very important to make sure that your dogs are vaccinated. Vaccinations are given from 6 to 8 weeks of age, and there's a schedule where there's a course of vaccines, and then they're given boosters yearly. This is very important because we have leptospirosis in Barbados. The vaccine contains leptospirosis. Parvovirus is a very common disease of puppies, and it can kill puppies. So if somebody gives you a dog or a puppy, or if you buy one or adopt one, make sure that you check up on the vaccination history. And also, going along with that, the vet would recommend that you deworm your puppies regularly, as well as your adult dogs. So during these times with the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of people are home. A lot of people are still working. Finances may be an issue in terms of being able to afford pet food. It's okay to cook for your dog or cat, but again, you can ask a vet for guidelines and try to avoid cooking bones and feeding them to your dogs or cats. There are a couple charities that can assist, if there's a case where you have a pet and you can no longer afford to take care of the pet. Don't just leave them to starve. You can call vet clinics. There are some shelters that you can ask for their numbers. I'm not going to name them right now, but you can call us at Central Veterinary Clinic and we can point you into the direction of some charities that can assist if you can't take care of your pet anymore, whether it be for financial reasons or stress or whatever, rather than leaving them to suffer.